Currently what you can see is an iPad screen which have already this application been installed, and you can see the icon. This application has been created for CLS sales representatives to create a single source of real-time relevant information, enabling the sales force knowing their customers and prospects efficiently and effectively. Going to get into the application. The first screen what you can see is a login screen. The interesting thing about this screen is you have two mode of authentication. Either you can use your Active Directory authentication, or you can also use your Exchange, I mean to say your email address and the password for the authentication. Currently I'm going to use my AD authentication. So you can see the first screen which has been loaded is a dashboard screen. In this particular screen you can see there are different ribbons are there, different sections are there, and each sections are loaded separately in a parallel. It's not like that like all the data has been loaded at once and then the screen has been displayed. Instead it's a progressive loading where each section is loaded on its own. So some sections can get loaded faster, some may take time. Now another interesting thing about this particular screen is it has different source of data. I mean to say, apart from our internal database, the data is coming from different external sources. For example, for my goals, my alerts, the data is coming from the salesforce.com. If you go down, you can see the call list and follow. The data is coming from the LinkedIn. While in the calendar, the data is coming from the exchange. So, and the rest of the information is coming from our internal databases. You can see on the top, which is called a my goal, you can see the graphical representation of the data here. And we are having a different kind of charts which we can incorporate here if required. Another interesting thing about this particular screen is you can see here the small icons. These icons are actually an option for doing the sorting on particular row, on particular sections, and you have this available options on which you can do an ascending and descending sorting. Then if I want to navigate and I want to go into the application, there are two different ways to do that. First is like in my law firms, you can select any of the firm and you can go into the next level of the application, or there is a search here. You can see the search. In this search, you can search for a law firm for any of the location or for the contacts. And this search, you will see this search on almost everywhere on this application. So the navigation is from anywhere to anywhere. Like mostly it becomes like more easier, more convenient for us to do the navigation using this search. And this search is progressive. So whatever I'm going to type, it is going to wait for me to stop typing. Once I stop typing, whatever I had searched, it is going to display me the data based on that, whatever the search criteria I had given. And you can see the list has been came here. And you can see like whatever I had searched based on that, the database has given me these options. So this search results were not been stored on the devices. It has in the database, from there it has been requested and it has been responded and displayed on this screen. So you can see the performance. I'm going to select the first option, which is Baker Bowl, Houston. So once I selected it, the next page is loaded. So here you can see the numbers, and you had seen the same in the previous screen also. These numbers are actually presenting like which section is taking what time to load the data, because this will give us a good number of data, the statistics, like what is taking more time, what is taking less time. And you can see here there are different sections are here. The first is overview. If I'm going to tap on this plus icon, it is going to give me the full information, the full overview of this particular form which has been selected. This overview data is coming from Wikipedia. So this is one more external source from which we are getting the data from. Then you can see here there are the charts, and that too is having the zoom functionality. So if I want to see these charts in detail and the bigger view, I am just going to select on that, and it is going to give me the bigger view of that particular chart. Then you can see here the footer, which is having the recent news, CLS sales team, notes, reports, and knowledge library. I'm going to go to the recent news. I'm going to tap on that. It is going to give me the bigger view of the footer. I'm going to select the recent news. Now this recent news is directly coming from the Google. It's been incorporated with the Google News. So whatever the data and whatever the news are there on the Google News right now for this particular form will be displayed here. So always all the updated and the latest news will be displayed here. So this is also comes in handy, like when you want to search for any information about that particular form. This particular icon is showing that still the page is getting loaded, so that means it's a progressive loading. So even though whatever the data has been loaded is been displayed here, and as the data is getting loaded from the server, from the Google News server, it is going to display here. So still, like user don't have to wait for whole time to get it fully loaded. Another option here, you can see here there is an email icon. So if I'm going to tap on this email icon, it is going to give me this particular screen. So you can see, if I want to tell somebody about this article and I want to send this particular data of this particular article to someone, I don't have to write down them a separate mail. Instead, I'm just going to click on that particular icon. This is going to display. I'm just going to type the name of the person to send this information. Now suppose if I don't know that person's exact email ID, I do have the option here. I'm going to tap on this, and you see it give me the options, like whatever the email address is has been stored in my Exchange will be displayed here. So I can select any particular perfect ID here, and I can say send. So this is one more functionality which will be incorporated in this one. Now to go back, I'm going to either swipe it or I'm just going to tap on back here, and it's going to get me to the previous screen. Now in this screen, you can see here there is a CLS sales team, notes, reports, and knowledge library. I'm not going to demonstrate all the options. I'm just going to show you the reports. This is again the charts. The data has been displayed as a graphics. It's a graphical representation of the data, to be specific. Then, and this data is coming like a real-time data. It is coming from the database, so you can think of the performance, like how fast it is. Now I'm going to get to the next level of the application. So I'm going to tap on the Houston. I'm going to get you to the Houston. You see the next screen has been loaded, which is for that particular location. And you can see the overview, location, quick stats. These are the quick stats and the overview information. Okay. At the same time, it is having the detailed graph, which is comparing the 3 years revenue here. At the same time, the additional functionality here, which you can see, is a Google Maps. So this is one more external source of data, or I can say the one more external source of integration here. We are integrated and incorporate the Google Maps here. You can see, so whatever the form, this particular form and this particular location, it has been displayed here. At the same time, you can see this error which has been came. It's came because I had actually stopped the GPS to from the Google to using the GPS, so that's fine. Okay, here there's one more option, say locate law firm. So for example, if I'm having this form, this particular firm where I'm going to visit, and I want to know, like, is there any other law firms around this particular place, so I can visit it for and look for any of the opportunity for the business. I can just say, okay, I want to search within the 5,000, a range of 5,000 meters of this particular location, and I'm going to select the location. I'm going to say done. So this is going to search all the nearby law firms which are within the 5,000 meters of the range of this particular firm. You see here, like, all the law firms which are around that particular firm is been displayed here. So I can look for my business opportunities there. Now, what if I want to know, like, how to go there? So I have some options called direction. I'm going to put, say, direction on. So when I say direction is on, it is going to display me the list of the location which has been here. I'm going to say selected location to where I want to go. I want to go to the Bracewell. I'm going to select that and say done. This is going to give me the direction from where I want to go to where. And you can see here, it has given me A and B and also the direction to go there. and I can get the direction from any law firm to any law firm, whatever I had searched. So this is one of the functionality. Coming back to this particular page, you can see here footer and header are always available. So this all the options are available all the time when you're navigating. Here you can see all the context information has been put here, has been displayed here. One more functionality which I want to show you is like Adam Rook. I want to contact this person and this is the phone number. I'm going to tap on that number. And I've tapped on that number and it directly got me to the Skype. So this is the feature, like if I want to call somebody, if my iPad is having the feature of calling somebody directly, it will going to get me a keypad, or if I'm having the Skype, it is going to load the Skype. Another important thing in this application is email. So if I'm going to send any email to this person, I'm going to tap on this. It is going to give me the same options. Either I can schedule a meeting with the person or I can send the email. And I can even set the timings for that, whatever the time I want to set. So this is one of the functionality which has been provided. Now I want to get into the detail for any of the particular contact. So I had selected one of the contact and I came here. The information which has been shown on the left hand side is coming from multi-layered Hubble. So needless to say, like this is one more external source of the data which has been integrated in this application. Okay. So here, since I'm not logged into LinkedIn yet, okay, I don't have any information about how I'm connected to this particular person which has been selected. Now if I want to log into LinkedIn, since the LinkedIn doesn't give you any direct component to integrate within your native iPad application, okay, you have to use their own login page to log into the LinkedIn to get the data. So this is a workaround we have to do. You see it is loading the LinkedIn login page. I'm just going to log in. Okay. And you can see like I have logged in. Since this person was not in my list, the contact person which I have selected, what it does is it created first name, last name, it put the name of the firm and run the search. But like there was no result with the person having first name as an LP, last name as in Thomas and firm name. So I'm searching it again without the firm name. And you can say like one of the relevant search has been displayed here. Now if I want to much more search displayed here, I'll just, and you can see like since I had changed and widened my search criteria, I can see a lot of contacts which been displayed here. Just for the sake of the demo, I can add any of the contact to my list. I'm going to select this particular person just to add to my list, or I'm going to select the first one. I'm going to tap on that. The detailed information of the person has been displayed. Okay, and you can see the plus sign. I can add this person to my contact and it's been added. So this is how the application has been interacted with the login LinkedIn itself. So this is a very brief overview and very brief demo of this LFI application. It's still having like much more functionalities integrated, but due to the time constraint I cannot go ahead with that. But still there's one more functionality which I want to emphasize is the notification. So even if the person is not running your iPad, not running the application in the iPad, still there is a way to send the notification to the person, okay, through the notification center of an Apple. So that functionality too is been integrated in this particular application. Thank you very much.